Up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. If you would like a personal reading, email me at cassiahemphill795@gmail.com. Check out the About section of my channel for pricing. I am going to be going through and doing some how do they feel readings for all the signs, and I'm going to do Taurus because for some reason Taurus was all over the place and I couldn't get a video done. So what are the messages for the sign of Taurus? How do they feel about the sign of Taurus? What do I need to know? What's the best way forward? It's like you have to make a decision, Taurus. I feel like your focus right now is money, but you still have to make a decision between more than one person. You have soulmate energy here, but there's also soulmate energy where they might have had another person, so there was an ending, so you kind of turned your back. There's going to be something that you are going to have to say to someone. This could be court, this could be a relationship, this could be a soulmate where you are going to have to tell them the truth, or you want to be telling them the truth. There might be a child involved. There might be someone who's not really open emotionally right now. I see someone being really stressed out and making this decision. I think that you've manifested something into your life and you're healing. However, this conversation that you're going to have with someone is more like you are trying to figure out what makes you entirely fulfilled and happy on your own. Whether or not it's another person, some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarius, but I feel like this is more about you figuring out what you want. And there's definitely something you need to say to a water sign. You guys are being guided. There's a relationship possibility, or there was, with a fire sign. I see Sagittarius here. Sagittarius energy. Someone with Sagittarius in their chart where they do have love for you, or you have love for them, but I think that there's still a decision that you or this person needs to make about there's some kind of legal issue as well. Could be dealing with a Libra, but I definitely feel like this is going to involve you leaving after a court case. Your emotions you've pulled away from because you don't want to fight with this person anymore, and you had to move away from a soulmate, or this could be a karmic soulmate, this could be a new soulmate energy, but I feel like you're balancing yourself out, and I think that they're trying to make a decision about you as well. Like, can we work on this? Can we work this out? You know, can this person be loyal to me? Are they going to be communicating like what they're actually doing, or are they going to just have ideas about what they would like for themselves and then just keep it at that? I think that there is a lot of healing and happiness that's here, but it's more about what makes you happy. And I think that you might have been in a one-sided situation, so you're kind of having to make this decision because some of you guys had to walk away from a situation where there were some other things going on, and it kind of left you mentally conflicted, and other people involved. I think that someone's either getting a lot of attention or you're going to be getting a job offer this month. I see the Wheel of Fortune moving in your favor, but not until you make this decision for your life on which way that you are going to move forward. I do see there being a really good, go in the house please, a really good idea that you have about money. But when it comes to a karmic situation, I feel like someone still needs to do some healing and maybe tell this other person that, because there's someone that you guys just don't love anymore and are walking away from. Maybe there's no communication, or there's narcissistic energy here with someone in your life, but I feel like you kind of are stepping in and making this decision here. I don't think that you necessarily want to leave anyone, or you never really did want to leave someone, but there are things that you are kind of stuck in your head about, and it has something to do with, maybe someone was being a little bit too self-defensive. Maybe someone put a lot of time into this. Maybe you guys have known each other a long time. Maybe you don't like to see them getting attention from other people. There's a fire sign who definitely notices some of you Tauruses. If you didn't know that, now you know. There's a relationship here that needed to kind of go through some changes, and it's like there's an immature love offer because there were some sneaky things done. There was someone who ended up with their heart broken, but I think that you're moving on from this negative energy, and you could be around your parents, you could be getting a job with your parents. I just feel like you guys are away from someone that you want to be with right now, even though you guys both feel the same way about each other. You're not with them right now, and you just trying to be stable. You're trying to make your parents proud. You're trying to, become grounded again after some kind of changes. But there's some decision you need to make, and there's something that you need to pay attention to. But I feel like if there was someone who was emotionally unavailable, I think that this person has been through a lot, and they just wanted you to kind of say out loud, or like let them know that you want to invest time into this, because it feels like somebody's kind of been really loyal to you, or has been or was in the past, but now they feel like they have to keep their guard up because there was some toxic energy between you both, and then there was like a situation where you or this person was stuck, and it was like there never really was a decision made. It was just kind of like juggling back and forth. And I do see you working on this. I do see a new beginning here, but you have to make a decision, Taurus, in order to move your life forward. Stop being so stubborn, maybe. Or you could be dealing with someone who's really stubborn and doesn't want to make a decision as well. But I think that someone wants to work on this with you. Someone is kind of confused about what you want, because maybe you haven't opened up, or maybe you will be opening up to someone. But I feel like there's energy of someone who doesn't want to be left out. And it's like, but you don't really want to be bored either. And I think that there might have been an argument with someone, or you feel like there's going to be an argument. So it's like, what could make you happy, but you're in like who you truly want to be in a relationship with. But there's something that you've noticed recently, or will be noticing. Go in the house and shut the door. And I feel like you guys are being guided in a situation with a soulmate, and I feel like you will be emotionally fulfilled after you finish this healing. But I think that there's something that you needed to learn, or there's something you're trying to learn. Maybe going back to school, maybe working on yourself. I feel like some of you guys are repairing a relationship with someone in your family. You're going to realize after a while that your life is being guided, and you might not have noticed like the things that they've been trying to show you, but there's definitely someone you need to move away from, that you no longer are in love with. Someone you've known a long time, and yes, when you first met things were okay, but as time went on, you put a lot of time into this, and it's time to make the decision to move away from this, because it just ends up in heartbreak, because someone's very manipulative. And I feel like you're gonna be getting the attention that you desire, or maybe this other person will be giving it to you. But it definitely comes down to like, how independent are you on your own, or are you giving off the energy of like bouncing around from relationship to relationship to relationship? Because there's an Empress here, but it's like she's working on her own stuff right now, and she's trying to manifest the right people into her life. And like, I don't really necessarily think she has a whole lot of time for people that are just about lust and only about themselves anymore, because she's been listening to her guides, and has been getting a lot of attention, and there might be somebody else that will be emotionally fulfilling her and bring this happiness to her, because I feel like someone is still really stuck in the past and like have never let go of this energy. So like until this is healed, I mean, I feel like once this is healed, there is new beginnings and money and love here, but it does involve leaving someone behind and kind of owning up to whatever role you played in that. And maybe you're waiting for this person to do that, but instead they just want to argue and blame everything on you, which isn't necessarily the case. But you know that maturity, not a lot of people have it, you know? I think that some of you guys are dealing with a situation where there's a child involved. There could have been a mistress, there could have been another child born, and it's like you really aren't moving from where you stand or how you feel about this. And this person is only really registering that you're trying to leave them because they want something from you that you have for their own benefit. And along with you kind of ascending yourself and healing, you're going to realize people's true intentions with you. And I think that you're going to be able to take a love offer instead of being kind of stuck. But your guides are trying to tell you something that you're not really seeing right now. Or maybe you will be. It could be this person, but it's like you guys have a soulmate here, but it's like you're not really with your soulmate right now. Your soulmate's getting attention from other people, but they know who they're guided to be with, and they know that you might have some things that you have to deal with. And as long as you're working on it and you figure out like who you love and make the decision to move forward, I feel like things are going to be okay. But staying stagnant, people are going to just walk away. People are going to go to the next thing because let's face it, haven't we done that a few times, Taurus? You can't blame people for doing the same things that you've done back to them. And that would involve leaving you out for some people. I think that your energy is changing. I feel like, yeah, there might be some things that you need to see and need to say, but it's changing. It's like maybe you are noticing the things around you and the people around you and the cycles that you might need to close out with people and just let things end because you've been through a lot. But at the same time, your angels are always with you. They're trying to show you, they're trying to tell you the type of people that you have in your life, the type of people you should be with. But it's like someone is leaving. And I think that maybe you want to leave a situation. There is a marriage here that someone needed to learn something from, or just in general, when it comes down to stability and keeping the right boundaries with people, there was something that you needed to learn here. You needed to establish those with people in your life. And sometimes that does involve leaving other people. Some of you guys are dealing with a mother that you don't really want to leave behind. But that you might also need to establish some boundaries with. I think that there's a love offer here, but I see air sign energy for someone involved. But it's like, if this person you're dealing with is being offered, I don't think that they're really paying attention to any type of feelings right now because they're trying to move on with their life. They're trying to move up, but it's like they're disconnecting themselves from their emotions right now because that's the only way that they know how to keep themselves moving forward. Because sometimes when there's a really intense connection, such as a twin flame or a soulmate, whatever, people's whole lives are thrown off track if they let their emotions take over. So someone is learning how to put their emotions to the side and keep pushing forward, and it's not necessarily personal. It's a personal choice for them, but it's not a personal choice against you. This is something that they needed to learn how to do because their life was just like, they didn't have the right boundaries with a lot of people, and not just you. And they only know how to pull their emotions back so that they can try to move forward, because they're things that they're going through in their life right now. It's a lot of shit that's really stressful. I don't know how else to explain it, but my chest is tight. Like, they're really confused. They don't know what to choose. They know that there was kind of an ending with you guys in the past, or they feel like this is over with you, or maybe they feel like you think it's over. But it's just a lot of confusion here, and it's like they really just wanted you to invest your time into them, but it's like you invested time but you didn't invest your emotions. And so now somehow that got flipped and their like emotions are turned off. This is just twisted, and now they're the ones that kind of need to make a choice on how to move forward. But it's like either way, they're moving their life forward, and if that means kind of turning a blind eye to people that don't want to make a decision or are dealing with things in their life, that's what they're going to do. Because in order for them to balance, they have to keep up boundaries with everyone in their life and heal. And they don't really want to leave you out. They don't want to leave anyone out, but they are ascending. They're becoming the empress of their own life, and along that line learned the lessons that they needed to learn, and it was pretty fucking painful for them. But at the same time, they're just not gonna fight for things anymore. They're moving forward and cutting out, like trimming the fat, if that makes any sense, from things that aren't necessary, things that are weighing them down, because they're ready to take this new beginning and their soulmate energy here. But who needs to make a decision? Is it you or them to have this new beginning? I don't necessarily feel like there's blocks in the way. I just feel like love isn't necessarily being offered right now.